poster in support of Valieva appeared at the Russian national team's test skates. Russian figure skater Kamila Valieva will take part in the show, Pride of Great Russia. This was reported on the social networks of official Krasnodar. The show of two-time world champion Irina Slitskaya will be held on October 19th in Krasnodar. Also announced are the participation of European champion Sofia Samajirova and two-time world championship medalist in pair skating Yuko Kawaguchi. Olympic champion in ice dancing Natalia Bestemayanova commented on the return to the ice of the 2022 Olympic silver medalist Sasha Trusova. She took part in the Russian national team's test skates in St. Petersburg. There is nothing to say, she is a hero and a great girl. I will not take it upon myself to estimate how much more she needs to achieve to reach her ideal form, but she will improve. I can only wish her good luck. Trusova herself previously stated that she had not yet made a decision on her future plans. She does not yet know whether she will resume her career or not. There were many unsuccessful performances. Daniel Blichinga's on test performances. This is the beginning of the season. It was interesting to look at the athletes' programs in a format that is close to the competition. Of course, there were many unsuccessful performances. We call everything by its proper name. Someone did well, someone did not do what they could have shown. We know how prepared the athlete is, what performances they had in training. Obviously, these are not anyone's first performances of the short and free programs. They skated them for a very long time. Everyone was physically ready. Then it was a question of nerves and some other things. You journalists and spectators who will say who liked whom and who did not. Adelia Pettersen was upset. She did not even come out to the journalists. What happened to her today? We were also upset, but I came out to you. I think that the athlete should also come up to par. This is wrong. She was upset, I think, also because all the training days that were, she jumped all the time, quads worked out. Of course, she was upset because she did not show a single quad in the free program. Moreover, we generally scold athletes for butterflies. A jump can work out or not, but a butterfly is when an athlete decides not to fight for the element at all. Her frustration is related to the fact that she was not able to show how ready she was. Dukova and Kozlovsky have an interesting program this year. Do you think that it is more creatively and choreographically interesting to stage Kill Bill or the Serpent Tempter? And what are the special features in staging these programs? If we rewind a little, when we were with Etaria Georgievna Tubbirds and Sergei Viktorovich Dudikov at Urgent on Channel 1, Etaria Georgievna said that there was a gap in pair skating. Especially with programs. We tried to make high-quality and interesting programs for Zhenya Tarasova and Vova Morozov, as well as for the guys who came to us last year. They came with ready-made programs, and now we were able to show how we see them, what work we did, and in what direction we want to move with them. The short program is closer to them in style. It was necessary to correctly place accents, hands, bring an idea with the beginning. We started with a shot at the wedding. If the people responsible for the rules in pair skating were puzzled by the fact that 250 for a pair is not normal, because it is impossible to show both the choreography and all the elements in this time, and their elements are really longer than those of singles, then I would directly ask the ISU and everyone to add these 10 seconds. Then they would not have to end the program with a pose from the elements, which almost everyone can do. It is impossible to finish the story at the end. Etaria Georgievna suggested the ending that they do. I wanted to finish the story like this. What they did after the performance with the finger strikes, to see inside the program. But it was impossible to do it in time. There are little more opportunities in the free program. I wanted to put an idea in. I think it turned out quite original. After all, not to go into Adam and Eve, but to show Eve and the Serpent Tempter. For them, this is an interesting experience. Dmitry was very worried that I was overestimating him during the production, that he would not be able to cope with the choreography, but as I tell him, if you work, develop, everything will work out for us. Of course, everything is still not perfect, but progress is visible. What is the difficulty of working with Andrei Mozlev? He has already become an adult, formed single skater. Everything is very simple here, there are no problems in terms of choreography and production. Etaria Georgievna and I were very happy to stage the programs, choose the music and choreography. Unfortunately, his arsenal of quadruple jumps is not at the highest international level. Roughly speaking, he now jumps a toe loop, salchow and axel. And the salchow is quite unstable. We always want our athletes to learn all the quads, to develop themselves. To jump a flip, a lutz, and a rib burger. What they can do, toe loop, salchow and axel, is becoming routine for them. We don't have the set yet that we can talk about super serious places with. I think he did the flip, or didn't he save it? I can't say for sure. I saw it maybe once at a competition. We trained him a couple of times at training at the end of the season, but that doesn't mean he has it in a stable condition.